Okay, here's Dr. Golden's big sign after you're coming into his driveway. And the acreage that he has. You can see his building off in the distance. It's just beautiful out here. Y'all come see Dr. Golden. It's wonderful. Well, people, here's Dr. Golden and his staff, his wonderful staff. They always take care of my babies. And got the big golden G. And I wanted to get that in. So here we go. And thank y'all, Dr. Golden's office. Hello everyone, I'm Judy Bergstrasser with eXp Realty. And I'm here today with Dr. Mickey Golden. I trust Dr. Golden to a good part of my family. That's my pets, and I really don't call them pets. They're my family. Right now I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Golden, and he can tell you all about his services. He's a veterinarian, and he can tell you what all he offers here. So go ahead, Dr. Golden.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here. Yeah, I'm at Mickey Golden, Golden Animal Hospital. We're out here at Pike Road, just across from the new Publix and all. I've been out here for about 3 years. I originally grew up around Tallahassee area, went to school at Reeltown High School, went to undergraduate in vet school at Auburn University, practiced in Atlanta.
War Eagle.
And practiced in Atlanta for a year. Then I practiced in the Millbrook, Montgomery area for about a year and a half after that. I opened up my hometown of Tallahassee, and I was up there for about 5.5 years. Then I relocated here to Montgomery. We've been here in Montgomery since 1991, and really enjoy living here, enjoy being in the Pike Road area. But I grew up on a farm, and just taking care of animals was always just so second nature. I tell people we had an old McDonald farm.
Yeah.
If you name it, we had it. We had chickens, ducks, turkeys, geese, pigs, cows, goats, catfish, just whatever, and rabbits at the time. And my dad finally allowed one horse. He wasn't really in favor of horses. He finally let us get one. And so, but from the time I was young, there will always be maybe a baby pig that maybe the mama sow had laid on, and now it's almost paralyzed, almost dead. Or a baby chick that got separated, that was now very weak or cold. And we always tried to nurse them back. And so we'd be using baby bottles and stuff like that. Now, at the time we were young, we had, my younger brother and I kept begging for a horse. And my dad grew up at a time when horses worked on the farm, but you also had to do a lot of work taking care of the horses. And he had a tractor, and he says, I won't have horses. And we kept begging for one. And so one day he come home with 2 goats.
Oh.
And so anyway, we started raising goats. And so there would always be a baby kid that was weak, and we'd be trying to raise it, save it, and then take it in the house and bottle feed it. And my dad had a big incubator, and he would always do, he raised quail, bobwhite quail. So when I was in the 2nd grade, he actually turned over the hatching of the chicken eggs to myself. And so at a young age, I was doing this. And probably, I guess, when I got to be about a junior in high school, I was reading about veterinary medicine, and we always had the vet to come out and take care of the horses, take care of the cows and everything. But it never really entered my mind about being a veterinarian. And they were talking about a little bit of the shortage of veterinarians and the difficulty of getting in school. And all of a sudden I thought, I can do this and I can make a living and I can make money at it. And up until then, I always thought of things I might would want to be, and I never said, no, I don't want to do that, don't do that. So it's the first thing I ever wanted to be. So I was sort of like a horse with blinders on. That's the only thing I had in my focus. The scary thing is, I used to think, what if I don't get in vet school? I'll never feel satisfied. But I was blessed.
Right.
I was blessed to get in. Graduated from Auburn University Vet School in 1983, and it's an amazing school. It was an amazing experience. They prepared me well.
Well, good. Well, tell us a little bit about your services here. And I was noticing the vaccines when I came in. I know the last time I was here, I got a vaccine for a rattlesnake bite for
Right.
for my dog, and I also saw a little flyer about the flu going around with animals. Tell us a little bit about that.
It is crazy. Yeah, we got the things always you want to do, your stemper, your parvo, your rabies. The rattlesnake is a situation would apply to a lot of folks who maybe live out on the fringes or just in an area where you would have snakes. And the idea is hopefully it would prevent an emergency. If it maybe doesn't, but it won't be as bad. You know, they'd have a little bit more resistance there. Years ago, I had a lot of the guys who go take the dogs hunting, and you're out in the woods and this thing happens. They want to know they've got some protection on board. And so we do have that. Something has changed in this flu thing. They've talked about dogs having the flu since maybe since 2006 or so. And we've not really ever seen an issue. And this last 6 weeks, it is like something has changed. Something has mutated, and it is out there. So I really, up until now, have not really even encouraged people to say, hey, we need to do it. But it is real. And so if you can do that to vaccinate them, to prevent them from contacting this, I would highly recommend it.
Well, good. I noticed that you also do dental care here and surgeries and that sort of thing.
That is correct. Basically, you know, we want to try to be able to take care of them from tip of nose to tip of tail. And as you said, as far as the dentals, probably one of the biggest things I'd recommend with clients who especially have your smaller dogs, we all like doing what we're good at. And these little small dogs have small jaws and they just don't like to use them. And that's why when you go to the grocery store, it'll say small dog, small bites. To me, that's probably one of the worst things in the world is eating small bites. You actually want to hear them crunch. You want them to use those teeth. But one of the saddest things happens is as the teeth get worse and we clean them and eventually they have to be pulled. Many times if you've been to someone's house and they have an older little dog and the tongue hangs out of the mouth, it's not that the tongue's too long. It's the jawbone has shrunken up because there's no teeth there and it's too small for the mouth to fit in it. And it becomes very sad. But taking care of the teeth, to me, is probably like the second most important thing you can do for these small dogs. Heartworm prevention being probably number one, but taking care of the teeth of these small ones. And then, of course, you know, the different ones that come in just for emergency surgery, they ran into something and cut themselves or perhaps even been in a fight, have to sew them up. And of course, one of the things that isn't good and we hate to have to deal with, but just like in humans, they will develop cancer. And many of these cancers, if we can catch them soon enough, they're small enough we can identify them, what we tell people is, it's small, but let's get it where we can get it all. Because when we send it off, they're going to tell us what that cancer is, but they'll also go to our margins and tell if we got clean margins. And when you get to where it's so big, it's hard to get as much tissue as you want and still be able to close it up. If you're going to go get it, let's go get it while it's small. Let's get everything so it's over with.
Okay, great. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today, and I want to thank Dr. Golden for his time. If you need a realtor, please call me. I'm Judy Bergstrasser. I can handle all your real estate needs. My number is 334-324-0558. And Dr. Golden, I don't think we got your address.
We're at 9570 Vaughn Road. And we're right out here at really close to the intersection of Vaughn Road and Pike Road. And probably the big landmark we got now is we're across from the Publix and Pike Road. And you know, I did think about one thing. We also have a groomer who's excellent. We did that. And we also offer boarding and daycare for those who might have an interest there.
Oh, great. Thank you, Dr. Golden.
Thank you.
And thank you again for joining in. And come see Dr. Golden, because I trust him with my baby.